Yo, what up, Q Review fam? Welcome to another episode of Q Reviews. Can y'all believe it's the last month of December 2024, about to go hit into 2025? That is crazy. I was around in the 80s and a little bit in the 70s too, showing my age. But yo, I know everybody's gonna make their list, the worst of the year, the best of the year. But I wanna make this video right here just to talk about some of my biggest disappointments of 2024. Now, most of this list, as you know me, I'm a movie guy, so most of my list is gonna be movies, but it's gonna be other things on this list that happen in pop culture media that I just found like a huge disappointment, just left a nasty taste in my mouth. What's a disappointment? A disappointment when you're expecting something great and usually you get something mediocre. So without further ado, let's get into our list. In no particular order is this list, but my first disappointment goes to the rapper Lil Durk. I know a lot of people watch these for my movie reviews, but it's a rapper named Lil Durk, and he was pretty big in the hip hop scene. I mean, he was doing features with Drake, 21 Savage, J. Cole. He had just won an Oscar for All My Life. I'm not an Oscar, but a Grammy for that song. But if you don't know about Lil Durk, he comes from the Chicago area, which is the drill rap, and drill can get real disrespectful. I'm talking about going to enemies that they killed and digging up their grave, you know, disfacing murals, pissing on their graves. It gets real, and then they post it online. You know what I'm saying? It's like a clout thing. It's almost like a game of Call of Duty to see how many, you know what I'm saying, bodies they can catch. And what disappointed me about Lil Durk is this. He's huge, you know what I'm saying? He's a huge celebrity, but he's in federal custody right now fighting a case for murder for hire, which carries the death penalty and up to 25 years in life. You know why he did this? His friend, I'm gonna give you a little short synopsis, but if you wanna know more about that, the internet has a whole rabbit hole that you can go down. Basically, his protege and one of his best friends on this label that was named King Von, who was a demon. He was an absolute demon. He was literally a serial killer. You can go look that story up, a serial killer rapper, you know what I'm saying, who bragged about it. But anyway, he got into a fight in Atlanta and somebody pulled out a gun and killed him. What Lil Durk did, he kept to the code of the streets, and his rapper name was Quando Rondo. So he put out a hit on Quando Rondo with some of his Chicago affiliates. What made it messed up is he rapped about it in a song. It's a song, it's hard as hell. It's called Aha. And it's basically talking about murders and, you know what I'm saying, I got your folks hit. We all know what that is, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to it, the code of the streets know what that is. But unfortunately, the FBI knew exactly what that was too. And they end up getting his affiliates first because they use his credit card to buy ski masks and book flights. He was on a private jet with one of the killers, and so he was there, so he knew about it. So he orchestrated this hit like a mob hit. He didn't kill the target that he was aiming for. What makes this even more fucked up, he killed his cousin, Lil Pap, I think his name is. They killed his cousin, but after a while the FBI caught up with him, and now Lil Durk is fighting for his life. I don't know if he can beat this. I mean, the evidence looks pretty damning, but like, it's just a big disappointment. Like, bro, you had it all, bro. You had, you know what I'm saying? You had millions and millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? You were a celebrity. You have all the women you want. You had everything. You could take care of families and generations of families, and you decide to stick to the street code and put a hit out on somebody, and the FBI found out, and now you can't do shit in jail. The worst thing you could be is in jail, to me. Like, jail is some bullshit. A bunch of grown men fighting over a remote. You got to eat that nasty ass food when you were just eating lobster and shrimp. No, I know I could have said P. Diddy, but like, P. Diddy ain't the biggest disappointment, because I seen that shit coming for years. We always, just like R. Kelly, we heard it for years. So when it went down, it was like, oh yeah, we kind of seen that coming. I didn't see the Cosby one coming, but the evidence, you know what I'm saying, lacked up him. So I don't know if Lil Durk gonna beat this, to be honest with you. I don't think he's gonna beat this. I think he's probably gonna either tell on some people and do a long time in jail, or, you know what I'm saying, that's the rest of his life in prison when he had it all. So then, yeah, that's one of my biggest disappointments of 2024. Oh, before I want to do this, I want to give a couple honorable mentions. First honorable mention, I want to go to the breakdancing lady from Australia. Like, okay, hip hop was in the Olympics this year, so somehow, some way, this Australian white lady got into the competition and did the most ridiculous routine ever. I don't know. It was like some type of wavy fish, floppy whale thing, and she got into the I don't even know how she got into the competition. Like, no one screened this lady first before she ended up going viral because the dance was so fucking ridiculous. It was ludicrous. Like, how does it was so bad that they banned breakdancing event in the Olympics now. So now it's not even an event anymore because she made such a mockery of it. You know what I'm saying? Am I disappointed in her? No, she's a fool. I don't know how this happened. What I'm disappointed is, like, the people who were probably actually really good in the competition don't even get their shot because this lady with this ridiculous performance, you know what I'm saying, took all the shot and took the whole event away. How disappointed is that? So I want to give that one as an honorable mention. My next honorable mention, really quick, is Maxine, starring, what's her name? Nia Goff, right? This movie was terrible. I would never watch this movie again. I was excited from the movie because Ty West trilogy, I was like, oh, he's gonna tie it up. I know Ty West's gonna tie it up tight because I like X and I like Pearl. And I was like, okay, it's going to the 80s, it's doing this porn thing, it's doing this nice slasher thing, so there's no way this thing can miss, right? And as I'm watching it, it's the most bland, forgettable horror movie I think I've already watched all year. Like, oh, well, I'll never watch that shit again. I couldn't even tell you really one kill that happened in Maxine. Maxine let me down because I liked the other two movies and I thought A24 was going to finish it off strong, and it just turned to be a dud, in my opinion. All right, this one kind of hurts my soul a little bit to talk about this film. I didn't want to do this, but it has to go on this list as one of the biggest disappointments of 2024. It goes to a movie. It's called Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? Not these motherfuckers ever again. Frozen Empire. Frozen Empire was just such a lackluster, forgettable movie. I can't even explain it. Yeah, they got all the other cast back from the other movies, from Afterlife. They're doing their thing in New York. The movie starts off live. You know what I'm saying? They in the Ecto one. They had a drone trap. I thought that was dope. Just some dope ideas. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the Ecto one with the seat pop up. Like, oh, we in for a treat. And then the movie right from there just goes downhill. They introduced an interesting villain at the beginning, but you don't even see him anymore. And really until the end of the movie, and he got like a 10-minute fight scene with the Ghostbusters, and it's lackluster. He don't really do shit. And yeah, this villain, yeah, he was disappointing. And then the Ghostbusters themselves, the old cast, like Bill Murray, he literally just looked like he was there. Like, okay, y'all paid me this much, I'm gonna show up, I'm Venkman, but you're not really. It ain't really Peter Venkman. It's just Bill Murray with a fucking you know, Peter Venkman suit on. You know what I'm saying? Janine Potts, like the cartoon, she's in the suit, but like it's just there to be there. You know what I'm saying? The Marshmallow Man, or in the movie, how long Marshmallow Man in this movie? There was what Ray Stantz, Dan Aykroyd character in the first movie, that was his personification of what he thought the demon can be. And now they just hang around. You know, they hang around so you can buy $5.99 little Stay Puft Marshmallow Mans from the thrift store. So they're still in the movie. Slimer's in the movie for no apparent reason. He's just in the movie. Slimer's in the movie because, yeah, you remember that shit. So like, yeah, just put it in there because Finn Wolfhard's here. He does nothing again. He didn't do, I didn't think he did shit in another movie. He really don't do shit here. They had a ridiculous plot of Phoebe fucking, Phoebe's gay now. Like, okay, whatever. But like Phoebe kills herself to be with a ghost. I don't know what, this subplot was the worst. It was the worst. It literally kind of pissed me off. Like, she's supposed to be Egon Spengler, the smartest person in the Ghostbusters, granddaughter. Like, why would she kill herself to be with a motherfucking ghost? It was so stupid, so lackluster. Then they tried to all bring it at the end with that good old feeling of Ghostbusters, but I just didn't feel it anymore. I don't think they should make any more Ghostbusters movies, especially with the old cast. Turn the proton packs off now. Take it from me. I just did a review on a proton pack. I'm the hugest Ghostbusters 1984 fan ever. But if y'all can't come up with better scripts than what I fucking seen this year, please leave that on. Please leave Ghostbusters where it be. I would never watch those films again, so I'm putting that one on the list. All right, this next one here is a nostalgia classic too, but it just didn't work for me. It's Beetlejuice. We waited 35 years for this mediocrity, Tim Burton? I mean, after all this is the plot that you came up with? There's plots in it. Unfortunately, they're all over the place, running at the same time concurrently, and you can't keep up with nothing in the story. I got excited when it came on, like, well, this looks like Beetlejuice. I hear that sound, that Elfman sound. I'm like, yo, I'm in it. Keaton's there. Keaton's fine. Keaton's fine. Michael Keaton's fine. But it just seemed like it's a confusing, it's like shit everywhere. Like shit hit the fan and all plots went, I don't even know. What's her name? Yeah, my girl, Jenna Ortega's in this movie. She's God cast for Beetlejuice. That's perfect. Like, what can you do? And she plays Lydia's daughter, you know, Winona Ryder's daughter. I thought they were all fine, but they had so many stupid subplots, you just couldn't keep up. William Dafoe's in this movie as some failed actor. He didn't mean anything to the plot. And then somebody who really didn't mean anything to the plot, Tim Burton's wife, plays like the corpse bride part, and she does something at the beginning of the movie. Then she comes at the end of the movie. I think it was Michael Keaton's wife, Beetlejuice's wife, and it's just like, it was stupid. And then the dude who was in the movie, who's not in this movie because he got cast out of Hollywood for, you know what I'm saying, the child P thing. So he's not in this movie at all. So they put him in the movie. He got killed by a shark. So he walks around the movie with like half his body, and it's not funny. And then there's this one part in this movie where they go to the afterlife and they go on a soul plane. And it was, as a black person, I was like, this is the most cringiest fucking thing in this fucking movie. So like, there's already not even black people in the movie, you know what I'm saying, until we get to the soul train part, the soul train. And it's like people, you know what I'm saying, out there jigging and dancing on, you know what I'm saying, on a soul train and shit. That's not funny at all. It's not funny at all. It was fucking kind of tasteless, Tim Burton. I didn't think that shit was funny at all. I really was disappointed, to say the least, in Beetlejuice. I would never watch it again. I thought it was just bad, in my opinion. It made a lot of money, but for me, that shit just didn't work. All right, here's one more on my list that was just a huge disappointment. Huge disappointment. It comes from a sequel. It's Joker 2. I'm getting at you, Todd Phillips. I love the first Joker, bro. I got it in my marquee over there, like the Hollywood with all the lights up. I loved Joaquin Phoenix's performance. He ended up winning an Oscar for the performance. I think it was nominated for Best Movie too. But this movie here, I had my issues when they said it was gonna be a musical. I'm like, that's weird. But it's the Joker. The Joker's weird and he's funny, but that make him work. But I was like, I still like, I don't know. I have to wait till I see it. And I seen the movie. To be a musical, none of the musical acts are even remote rememberable. You know what I'm saying? You don't remember shit they were singing in that whole movie. And Lady Gaga can sing because they do covers of other people's music, like Frank Sinatra and shit like that. So we were watching a Joker 2 karaoke movie, and you know what I'm saying, it's definitely a musical. It's music throughout the whole film, and it was just a bore fest to get through. It was literally a bore fest to get to. Weird shit happened with the Joker. Harley Quinn was straight, but this plot was weak, you know what I'm saying? The escape part was cool, but like, it almost seemed like Todd Phillips wanted to sabotage his own movie with Joker 2, and it failed horribly at the box office. You're talking about a movie that made over $1 billion in the box office last time it was out in 2018, and this movie straight tanking. People weren't biting this candy. Yeah, Joker was horrible. It was horrible. I wanted to say so. I did a review, and then I looked at my review. I was saying too much nice shit about it, and I thought about it. Like, wait a minute. This movie's not good at all. You know what I'm saying? I would never revisit this movie. It's shot okay. I can say that. And Joaquin Phoenix does fine. He's not Oscar worthy this time around as the Joker. I just think, I don't understand how that movie's that bad. So that's another huge disappointment on my list. Joker 2, yeets. All right, this one is gonna be the last one on my list. It doesn't come from a movie, doesn't come from a game, comes from a product. Comes from you, Apple. I'm looking at you, Apple. The Apple Vision Pro that was supposed to change the game. It's basically a VR headset. You can do your work, you can watch your movies, you record spatial audio, video. You like look around, you can almost be there. Like sort of like Minority Report. It was like the next generation thing. It was the future in tech. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was talking about, all the YouTubers were talking about it, how dope it's gonna be, how it's gonna change the game. But then Apple released that price. $3,500 for one headset one headset. The tech was in there. It was basically having a computer on your head and had 2 OLED screens. So, I mean, it looks dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is going to change the game. I really, really wanted one. But I was like, I'm not paying $3,500 for a virtual headset. I just can't do it. I can't afford that. I mean, you got to have deep pockets to do that. And then, you know, at that too, no one else can watch this thing but you. You can pay $3,500. You can pay $3,500 for the 82-inch OLED and the whole family can enjoy it, but only you can put this thing on your head or kind of share it. What a failure. People did not buy this thing. The price point was way too high. Game developers wasn't really developing games for this thing. So like you just bought this thing for really expensive TV, you know what I'm saying? To have in front of your face, you could have 80. I just like I just didn't understand the ideology of that. But they did have like cool things, like you can go sit, watch your movies at like a beach or on the mountain, and it literally looks like you're there. If you want to write, get some writing done, I mean, it's really cool for that. But I think the price point of $3,500 is just fucking ridiculous. I would have made it $1,500. I think more people would have bid on it than that. But like no one's paying $3,500 for only some shit that you can use and is a virtual, and people are not even developing games for it, because there's another headset that I personally bought that was $500 called the Oculus Quest 3, and that thing is the truth, bro. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. I'm gonna do a review on that, some of my favorite things. But like, yeah, you can have your YouTube up here, your Instagram up here, like doing this, you know what I'm saying, watching a movie here. And then it also has the game that they sell it with now called Batman Arkham Shadows, and that game is just it's like literally fighting with Batman. Like I throw a punch, I'm just like up on people like fighting Batman. I'm in full sweat. So that's, as a, you know, as a value customer, even Zuckerberg said it's just a better value for your money. And Apple Vision Pro, y'all lost your mind with that product. They can't even get rid of them now. It's just gonna be like some kind of novelty thing now. And I'm even hearing that Apple is scratching the Vision Pro completely. They just like, they about to get out of the virtual reality game because nobody fucked with it, because it was too expensive, one, and you really can't do anything on it for like, you know what I'm saying, after the 3rd day that you put it on. So like people wasn't messing with that, and Apple took a huge L for that one. Well, yeah, y'all, that's just some of my biggest disappointments of 2024. I'm gonna do another video. I think I'm gonna do a video of my biggest surprises of 2024, so be looking out for that one. And thank y'all again for rocking with me another year. It's gonna be more videos to come before the year's up. I just want to thank you. I hit over 2,000 subscribers. I know that's not a whole lot to like big YouTubers with 100,000, 79,000. I mean, but like I built it, you know what I'm saying, from the ground up. I didn't ask anybody sub for sub or do anything like that. I just put my hard work into the videos, and man, you know what I'm saying, I hope you guys watch them, and you guys watch them and comment. And thank you all for the people who always comment. You guys know who you are. I really appreciate y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna get up on out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest disappointment day. But like, yeah, if y'all like this video, go ahead and hit me that like button. If you really like this video, consider subscribing to the Q Review family, and don't just stare at it, eat it. Peace.
I'm out cold, you hoes been exposed. Walk up on you slow with the flow and unload. You got more left for dead on the road. I strode when your car got